We're Red Rook Films, and this is the first of our Grumpy Old Men reviews. Today we are reviewing...
Testify. Bring your word if it's worth it's fine. Don't give me maybe. Don't give me I don't know. Baby, you ain't singing when you're crying. See, I was born on a storm. When I get gone, and I don't need any wrong to know better.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Grumpy Old Men. I believe this marks it at the grand episode 5, and we're going to talk about Castlevania. It's just come out on Netflix. I think both of y'all are avid Castlevania players. I myself dabbled, but I don't have a lot of the lore behind it, so I think I'll have to lend to y'all's strength in that aspect.
Well, thank you, Murray. Hello, I am Caleb, and I will begin this thing by talking about 1987. It was around May when the first Castlevania game came out, and my family got it as quickly as possible. And you played as Simon Belmont. For whatever the freaking reason, you decided to go over to Dracula's castle and beat the crap out of every monster there with your whip. It was a lot more fun than I just described.
It was a blessed whip.
It was a blessed whip, that's true.
That.
In fact, technically there was 3 blessed whips. You had to find 3 more upgrades to the whip. Yes, I remember all of this, yes.
No, I'm just trying to remember 1987, you know.
It was a rainy Saturday night.
Secret of My Success hit the box office with Michael J. Fox.
God damn you. How do you have that?
I'm trying to remember the other movies that came out.
You got one that's impressive.
I would say Teen Wolf 2, but that was in 88. Anyways.
Team Wolf 2 88? I thought it was 89. I'm going to use the man.
I don't understand how you do that. It blows my mind.
Anyways.
Team Wolf 2 is about boxing.
Anyway, Castlevania. That's why we're here.
So suddenly the Netflix decided to try Castlevania as a TV show. It did a very animated looking artistically, but at the same time, what we've noticed watching it so far is that writing was very American at the same time. It begins with Lisa. Lisa is a girl who is walking through a bunch of skeletons on pikes to a big, weird-looking castle. And it turns out she wants to be a doctor. And she heard there was a person with secret knowledge there. The person with secret knowledge was Dracula. I know it sounds like I'm giving something away, but as soon as you see him, you know what's going on. It's not that hard to figure out.
It's science.
So Lisa impresses Dracula with her tenacity and decided to teach her what he knew. Then we skip ahead, I don't know how many years.
It didn't say.
It didn't say. It told us that we were now in
1475.
1475. Thank you, Carlos.
I'm pretty sure it was a clear 5-10 years.
I think it was 20. I think he's full of crap.
I'm full of crap.
Now,
it was not defined at all.
Suddenly, in this little move forward here in time, Lisa's on a stake getting burned alive by a bunch of priests. Assholes. And we see, after her being burned alive, Dracula just walking down the town and seeing his castle destroyed and asking where his wife was. Oh yeah, they got married. And I also want to point out, the ring he was wearing was silver. Now in the games, silver is something they're highly allergic to, and that's usually what his weapons are made out of. Like his whip was silver tipped and his knives were made of silver and stuff. Simon. Simon Belmont, the main character in the video game. So I don't know if that is meant to be anything. I have no clue. I'm just curious. Finding out what happened to his wife drives, sorry for this, drives Dracula a little batty.
I think that was kind of a cool element, though, him walking. He kind of breezed over that, but why he was walking, right?
He was walking to see the world as a man instead of a monster.
Because Lisa wanted that from him. So it's kind of a romance aspect to that.
I'm not gonna say him. I was gonna say, why are women always trying to change men?
Stop it! Stop that!
I'm not gonna.
Stop it!
No, shut up. I'm not gonna take that out. Anyway,
Cut.
you can edit it out. All right.
It's not gonna edit it. That's gonna be.
It's probably gonna stay.
Yeah.
Hate comment. We're all the way down. Yeah.
So after finding out that his wife has been murdered, he shows up in a big ball of flame in front of everybody in town saying, I'm going to give you 1 year to get the fuck out. And if you don't, my armies of Hellspawn will just destroy you. Hearing this, the town folks goes, yeah, whatever. I don't know why.
Well, thankfully, they didn't go, ooh.
That's true.
Oh, who's that? Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Who's that? It's Dracula.
That wouldn't have necessarily been terrible, but they did a really good job.
Dracula, you say?
You're right.
Oh.
Anyways.
We're so shocked. So, a year passed, and the townspeople were acting all badass when blood started to rain from the skies, and demons started coming out,
Demon fetuses.
screwing all of them. Then I believe we skip ahead another year. I'm thinking it might have been less, maybe a few months, whatever. And we see the hero of the story, whose name is Trevor Belmont, not Simon. Trevor.
Now, Caleb, were you mad at that? Did you bring it up?
Trevor Belmont. House Belmont. Lost son of the Belmont family.
What happened to Simon?
Who are you?
Trevor Belmont.
Oh, not Simon?
That'd be cool.
Why is he blonde?
Yeah, he's suddenly blonde.
Oh, that's Simon.
Oh, that's Simon!
Alucard.
Oh. It'd be cooler if it was Simon. Fuck you.
I don't think he had a really opinion on that.
He never.
I didn't.
No.
I don't think he said anything, actually.
Why would it bother me that it was...
He never mentioned it.
Not once.
Fuck him. Simon, it's Simon Belmont, assholes, and Trevor.
Trevor was cool. I like Trevor.
So Trevor shows up, and two people are sitting inside a bar talking about pig fucking, or no, it was goat fucking?
Goat fucking.
It was goat.
Goat fucking.
Please get the facts right.
Let's get it right.
Yes,
You're
you're
trying
right.
to review something here, Caleb. Okay?
You're right, I apologize.
Now, when it was happening, we were just like, is this really what's going on?
Because you made a joke right before it.
Yes, I believe his joke right before it was something like, yeah, they're just going to be talking about goat fucking. And
I
Lo and
really
behold.
don't remember that. Did that happen?
Yes.
Now you were like, I was kidding, but it fit. It fit with it. It's the very visceral.
It fit with it.
So,
Leave that one alone.
the people who were talking about go fucking found out the demons are coming, and they're pissed off at rich, powerful people like the clergy and the powerful families like the Belmonts, which Trevor Belmont hears and is like, oh no.
I gotta get out of here. But
And
I want a quick one to go.
And that ends the first
The
episode.
peasants are talking.
I thought it was the second episode.
That was the end of the first episode. Second episode starts right there, though.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So after much talking and exposition, the bar people say that they hate the Belmonts. They hate what they represent. They hate everything. So they pick a fight with Trevor.
But they needed some more exposition before they really got into the fight.
It wasn't necessarily the Belmonts in general. It was the great houses and everyone who had.
No,
more
that guy, the bar.
But he said
kept on
particularly
saying,
the Belmonts.
Yes, okay.
particularly the Belmonts.
Uncle. I yield.
We just saw it. And
It's late for Murray.
yeah, it's past 9:00. So they're arguing, and he was just playing around with them. Not playing, but like just messing with them until he got hit in the balls. Twice.
Twice in the nutsack. Who does that? Who does that?
Peasants.
Goat fuckers.
Peasants and go fuckers. Yes.
So after fighting, and we assume he lost because that's what it alluded to.
It didn't really.
No, it didn't.
He just
He was the only one who was
skirted off
walking
into
away.
the night until he came about the town of Gesselet.
Guess it.
Gesset.
I think it's
Guess
guess
it. Guess it.
Guess
I'm
it.
fairly confident.
Guess
he's
the
only
name
one
of the town.
conscious
Guess
walking out
it.
of there.
Yeah.
So after he noticed that the demons were already there, they already were hitting the city nightly on raids. They're doing that. He had to find a way into it so he can go get some beer, food, sleep,
It was
then
food.
move on.
Yeah, the food is the main thing. Yeah.
Which is funny because the exact same way he entered was in Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone and
You're not wrong.
Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
I just realized that now.
I had not
Can
made
you
that connection.
input Judge Dredd in that?
Why do you always say that while we're recording? Why don't you just like tell me afterwards so this shows
Because
up?
I'll forget. Well, anyway, so that happens. He goes in through the sewer. He meets the townspeople. He starts investigating on his own, which I guess he can't really get past old habits. And he finds out what's going on, and he knows that speakers are in the city. Speakers are people who just know of the black arts.
And history that
And
they only tell each other.
oral.
Won't write down.
Yeah, they're almost like a hybrid of priests and like Romanians, right?
Druids. They remind me of druids.
That's a better allocation for it.
Yes, I am better. Yes.
Yeah. I think they were from House Hufflepuff.
I don't know, dude. I'm pretty sure that that's definitely Gryffindor that they have the magic from.
No.
Oh,
I think they're Hufflepuff because they're wearing like white beige.
I have no idea what the colors are. I'm surprised.
No, I'm just saying because like Gryffindor wore red and orange and all that. Sorry, old man rants trying to figure out what's going on.
I know.
Well, anyways,
They wore colors.
I'm trying to remember what happened.
Like
He met one of them, or he
He saved the old men.
saved the old man from
From the
priests.
clergy, yeah, from priests.
which also happened in V for Vendetta. What happened to Natalie Portman?
Is this
That's
this
a
entire review? Every scene I've seen before in another scene.
I felt like that.
Vivaciously.
Yes. Well, he helped the old man, and come to find out he is the elder speaker.
Yes.
Elder speaker.
Elder speaker, you're correct.
And he's like, hey, come check us out. We're going to show you some stuff. And they just walk with, right?
Yes.
Me.
I'm paraphrasing.
What are you buying?
Yeah. And I forgot what happens after that.
Okay, well, what happens after that is the fact that they let it be known that one of their members is trapped underneath the
Catacombs.
catacombs,
In the catacombs.
trying to find the legend of the sleeping soldier who's supposed to wake up and save them all. For some reason, Trevor Belmont decides to give a shit, which he hasn't before this. His entire character is not giving a shit, and suddenly he does.
Well, the speakers are the one thing that his family has a tie to, that he has a connection. He doesn't want to see them just basically destroyed by all the people who are arbitrarily hating them, right?
Yeah,
and blaming
he did
them.
say
right?
later that he related because they were being
Yeah.
persecuted.
Yep.
Just like his
Just
family
like
was.
family Belmont was.
And he didn't want them to be in the same way.
All right.
Plot and character development.
I'll put that in there.
Oh.
I believe that's what he did next.
Yeah, so it was a deal, right? So he wanted them to get out, and they said, okay,
I
if
go
you
find
do
the
this-
remains because
Yep.
they probably they felt that the person who went was dead.
Mhm, mhm.
Get the remains and then go ahead and get the hell out of Dodge.
I do this for you. You get out and make my
Yeah.
conscience feel better. Yeah. So it's still selfish. So you can still console him now.
Okay, so wait, where are we?
He's going down into the catacombs to try and retrieve the.
All right. So down the catacombs, he finds a pipe that's hot, and he touches it, and then some lights come on. And then when lights come on, he sees some characters who are like people who are like stone, like. So these stone people, he realizes pretty quickly that he's about to fight a Cyclops. And out comes this big ugly gray monster with what looks like a robot eye to me. I know it's not supposed to be. It straight up looked like a robot eye.
It was like one of those new headlights that they're putting in trucks.
Yes.
Yeah, after
definitely.
seeing the
halogens.
vampire science, which is electricity, it did kind of have that kind of feel to it.
That explains Tesla.
It does. Tesla's a vampire.
So much makes sense now.
Yeah.
So anyway, the vampire shoots. The Cyclops shoots lasers out of his eyes and turns people into stones. He fights them in dramatic fashion, as in very anime dramatic fashion. Swords flipping around, flipping around.
That was a cool ass scene, okay?
Jumps on top of the girl who's made of stone and grabs the sword and throws it, sticking it in the dude's eye. And it's like, yeah, I'm Trevor Belmont, yeah. So as soon as the Cyclops dies, the girl made of stone becomes a live girl again. And the live girl is the person that he was there to retrieve the dead body from. But she's alive.
She's alive because he killed the Cyclops.
Unlike the other hero, after a period of time, Carlos.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Carlos, what about the other ones? And right as you said that, he started to de-stone, and his head was already cut off. And it just blew up. He was like, ooh.
I was really surprised. So
the timing was flawless.
So he rescued Isabella McGillicuddy.
That's not her real name. He just wants to call her that because
Her accent was muddled. It was Italian and Irish at the same time. Just y'all comment, please. Just agree with me because just listen
Or down.
or don't, whatever. You're your own people. You do whatever you want.
So after bringing her back to her people, he's like, y'all should get out of here. And he just starts walking off. And he is captured by the clergy who brings him to the bishop.
Oh yeah.
This is the bishop who set Lisa, Dracula's wife, on fire and started this whole shit to begin with.
Lisa, you're driving me crazy.
And Lisa, I'm sorry, now you got me saying Lisa over and over again. So he talks to this guy and realizes this guy's completely insane. And the bishop says, y'all need to get out before sunset. If not, we're going to kill you all.
Yeah.
So he goes back to speakers and asks them to leave. And this is where he has that.
The church blames you.
That clergyman is so hateable. Oh, yeah.
What was his name again? He's just
Bishop.
Bishop.
Yeah.
You know.
And
Wannabe arch.
Yeah.
and so when they wouldn't leave, when the speakers wouldn't leave, Trevor decides to stay and fight for the first time instead of running away like he usually does.
Yeah, the kindling of him has been kind of fired throughout this story so far. Because at first he just doesn't give a crap at all.
Doesn't give a fuck.
And then slowly but surely he kind of works back into the goal of what the
Wasn't that
Belmont
slowly?
family was for. Okay, it's 4 episodes, but
It was better than some anime. It was better than a lot of anime I've seen.
I wouldn't
I was
necessarily
really
categorize
surprised.
it as anime though. I still don't. It more. Well, I guess because it feels like Avatar: The Last Airbender was American, but maybe a little bit of anime, right?
Well,
It felt more like that kind of animation and that kind of feel to it, right? It's still very American, but
Is it classified as anime?
I don't think it would be
it
classified
depends
as
on who you
anime.
talk to.
It's just animation.
I mean, it depends on who you talk to because some people are like, oh, only if it comes from Japan, and I'm like, well,
Yeah,
it's the
I
same
thought that's what it
style.
was.
If it's the same freaking style. When you
It wasn't though. It wasn't like the ooh, or little girls like going like this, hee hee, or anything like that.
true.
There was none of that. So
True.
I don't.
And
I
the
wouldn't
girls
call
were
it
wearing
anime.
barely any clothing, going, oh, you can see my booty, that kind of stuff.
You're not wrong.
So okay, that brings us to the last episode, and the last episode. Well, that starts with Trevor fighting the townspeople. No, I'm sorry. It starts with the one thing that I really loved out of this entire series: the demons coming into the church to face the bishop.
Oh yeah.
That lead
That was
demon
really good.
guy was
Go ahead,
really
go
cool.
for it. Go
Yeah.
for it, Carlos. You can take this.
So the bishop is there, and he's all like, you know what? I got this. Everyone's gonna love me. This whole town is mine, ha ha ha. Because all the demons are gonna kill all the other people. No, I'll be the church, yo. And
I
then
hate him so much.
the demons just visit the church. They all sneak in, coming through the windows, coming through the stained glass, and all that. And he's like, what would you call him?
I called him Frostfang.
Frostfang. Frostfang was
MVP,
awesome.
He
man.
didn't have an actual name. We just named him that.
So Frostfang was all like, "Hey,
That's not how
we like your stuff. Come here, let's talk. I don't know what he
so
said.
much cooler than
It
that.
was so much cooler.
I don't know what he said, but it was like very cool, and I can't repeat what he said.
It's one of the coolest things in the show, and he was like,
Hey, we like your stuff. What's going on? Why don't we go get beer, baby?
We like your style. Yeah, we should hang out, you know. But more than anything, he says like, God has abandoned you. He's abandoned this whole town.
God is not here.
This is God is not here. This is a whole empty building.
Empty box.
Empty box. And I was like, oh, where's he going with this? And all of us were, of course, just like, hey, who's this demon dude?
And then interesting. He thanked the bishop because he said without the bishop, none of them would be there.
We love you.
Yeah.
We love you. You're the reason why we're here. And I was like,
It felt very satisfying.
It was I think he was like MVP, man.
Yeah.
But
So
you'll enjoy it.
at that point, that's when Trevor starts fighting the town folk. And he fights the town folk for a while. Then we learned that the girl he saved, I forgot what you called her.
Isabella McGillicuddy.
Isabella McGillicuddy.
I cannot remember that either.
We find out she can do magic pretty well.
She's an airbender.
She can do air. She can also do fire and ice. I didn't see her do earth. And he somehow gets the town people, because the demons start coming at this point, and he gets the town people to stand up to the demons. And they do really well, really fast, to the point where it didn't really make any sense to me.
Oh, you forgot the...
They're already in military positions and stuff, and I'm like, oh, come on.
You forgot about the mini-boss.
Oh, the mini-boss. Okay, so the mini-boss
That's true.
was the preacher that he found and saved the old man from. And he said, instead of all these town people you got mad to face me, why don't you face me? And
That was really cool, actually.
It was kinda cool.
It was a cool scene. Yeah.
so they fought, they were going to, did they fight?
No, what happened was
He turned the crowd on.
He turned the crowd, which is great because they were doing what
He gave him a taste of
what
medicine.
Trevor did. Exactly, did it all in there, and the mini boss was like, "Well, what's going on?" Just out of nowhere,
Pike you!
Yeah, they were just stuck in their neck and stuff. He was like, ah. And we're like, okay,
this. Yeah, it was great.
Okay, so then the demons show up. Then the townspeople fight off the demons in a very well set fashion that made me go, I'm not sure about this. And then McGillicuddy.
Oh, Isabella McGillicuddy
and Trevor go. Why did they go down to the catacombs? No, they fell, didn't they?
They fell through.
Fell through a couple of holes down to the catacombs, where they found some giant gears, which were huge to the point where I was like, who manufactured these huge things?
I think it was Bowser from Super Mario Brothers.
It had to be.
It was a castle. You know the gears, and you have to jump on the gears.
And the gears weren't connected to any other gears. Like, they're just
connected
two
to
gears.
the air.
They were connected to the air, and they just kind of turned by themselves. They did nothing.
They have a purpose.
Useless giant gears.
You don't have a vampire intellect. Okay, that's what's the problem.
That's it. I just don't understand vampires. It's their culture. Being mean too. So the gears fall down. They go down another hole where they found a coffin, and Iggy Pop comes out of the coffin.
It's like
He also had an accent.
He also had an accent.
he did.
So Iggy Pop turns out to be a vampire, but McGillicuddy.
But that was good. It was good leading up to it. I mean, they show you the fangs, but you're like, oh, who's this guy? Sleeping warrior, or what was it called? Sleeping soldier.
Sleeping soldier. Yeah. It was
So McGillicuddy thought it was a sleeping soldier, the Messiah, the person here to save him from Dracula. Trevor was like, no, it's a vampire. You know.
Here, watch, and then they start fighting.
And they did start fighting. Iggy Pop was a very good fighter,
It was a good fight.
but he had a stupid ass sword that bothered me a lot. I'm sorry, it did. The sword was twice as long as he was, and it was skinny.
It was proportional.
It would have broken, or it would have bent, or
It fit his character.
No, it did not. It was retarded.
It totally did. I disagree with you.
No.
I'm not losing.
I'm gonna get you a sword 3 times longer than your arm and see how you use it. Anyway, so Iggy Pop and Trevor fight for a while, and then it looks like Iggy has the drop on Trevor. But it turns out Trevor had the drop also on Iggy. So they were about to, pretty much it was a draw. And then we find out, well, should I tell the last part? I mean, we told a lot of it now.
Basically told all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why you're...
Why stop now?
No spoilers.
Yeah, I guess. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? I mean, most people who are watching this have probably seen it already anyway. So, we find out that Iggy Pop is actually Dracula's son. And so he was waiting there for the last year for a scholar and a hunter to come, and so they could take on his father. The hunter being Trevor, the scholar being
Isabella Bengalakay.
I can just say that so well. I keep forgetting it.
So we realize at this point
mantra
that this
over
is
here, and I still can't.
pretty much nothing like the game, because in the game, Belmont fights everything by himself, and this one we're going to have a triad of Wizard Girl, Iggy Pop Vampire, and Trevor.
Now, I'm going to ask this just a real strange question. Like prophecy. Like, they knew about this prophecy in the sleeping soul. Like, who started it? Who said it? Like, how did the town folks know about this?
The speaker said it came from the future, which makes no sense to me.
There was some time weirdness in his statements there. This was back when he was,
like,
when Trevor was first meeting the speakers, is what you're referring to.
This story came from the past that came from the future. And I was like, what?
It really isn't clear, and there's so short time that a legend would have been, and prophecy would have been born, basically a year, right?
Yeah, so 1 year. He was sleeping for 1 year. We got that.
I don't know.
I'm very
here's
confused
the only
on
time
this.
to have a legend. I mean, I guess it could be said, but the word legend usually
Well,
is
and I guess by
over
that
a longer
by
period
that
of time.
by that
right?
time it would have been called like a gossip or rumor or something, not a prophecy.
Yeah, prophecy is like something that's been passed down for generations, not just a year.
Yeah, but whoever wrote this was kind of lazy at that point and went, prophecy from the future that they heard in the past. Okay. What was Iggy Pop's name? Alucard?
Alucard.
Alucard.
It's a pretty commonly used vampire name for that.
Is it?
I mean, I guess.
Zombie guy, werewolf guy, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, it is. You say it backwards. That's all it is. That's it. Alucard. Dracula.
Dracula backwards.
Oh.
Backwards is Alucard.
God damn it, that's stupid as fuck.
So stupid you couldn't even figure it out.
Of course I did. Because who would write something dumb like that? Crying the fuck out loud. You can act like that was cool. That's not cool. That's something that dumb shit would write.
I did not say it was cool. I was just like, it's always been like that. Like
Since the beginning, since the dawn of time.
Like, if you notice in Castlevania, they said Alucard also. That's Dracula backwards.
I don't remember.
Mr. Expert of 30 years of
I don't remember
Castlevania.
anyone saying Alucard and freaking... When did they say that in the game?
They did. They said it.
Well, saying they did doesn't help. When did they say that?
I don't know. It's been
Exactly,
30
you're
years.
full of crap.
They
It's
just
been 30
did.
years. If Caleb didn't hear it, it's not true.
That's true. That's true.
Being avid fans of it and playing the game, did you see any other discrepancies in this adaptation of it that you had problem with,
Pretty much
or
the entire thing?
what did they do right?
What did they do right?
The mummy one. One of the bosses is it one of the bosses?
Twin mummies. Yeah, there's two mummies. You
Yeah.
have to fight two mummies. That's true.
Okay,
Maybe later in the
Yeah.
next few episodes.
that's true. I mean,
And
we're still
Medusa, I believe, is in there also.
Medusa's in
Frankenstein is in the game.
I didn't play Frankenstein. Right.
He's one of the bosses. He's fun.
I like the catacombs. It did remind me of when you're going through the
That's
beginning of
true,
it,
a
and
little
you're
bit.
going through on there, and you're.
The one thing I want is not from the original game, it's from a later game, but the spinning tower is the one I want. Where there's like a tower on its side, and you're just hopping, but the tower is spinning and shit's falling through the windows and attacking you. It's one of the coolest levels I've ever seen in a video game. It's fun. I hope that shows up in the show at some point.
pretty cool.
But right now, there's not much from the show in this. I mean, even take place in the right year. I believe
Not much from the show. It's not much from the game in this.
Not to remember from the
Okay,
game in
that
the
makes
show.
sense.
You're
Okay.
right. My bad.
So, was there anything that you thought that they did right in that aspect?
He used a whip.
It was a cool whip.
He didn't break any bricks, but that would have been stupid in the TV show. In the game, you break bricks with it.
I mean-
Parts come down.
I mean, with the power that was kind of portrayed in the whip, I imagine that if he were to accost a brick, it would break.
Maybe that's true.
I feel like that would be
It's totally possible.
foreseeable with that.
He did throw daggers too.
Yeah.
Which is a big
Yeah.
thing in the game. Which
Yeah.
one- When you picked up that weapon, two of the big weapons picking up is the daggers you throw
Yeah.
and the little balls of holy water you throw at things.
That's right. Which he did make. He did. I like the little fight scene that did. It was like, get some salt,
Yeah, that's true. I did
get
like
some water. You priest,
Yeah, because he was Alec. Yeah.
do your work.
You know what to do with water, do you?
Yeah.
And then he was surprised when it was actually holy water because it was blood. He was like,
I think
give
one
you
day-
props, Sir Priest.
No, the animation, the cartoon we saw, the anime, was more. It provided atmosphere where the Dracula, he was like, hey, you know, I'm a goth dude, and you know, you're gonna come this way. I'm gonna show you science, and did that. But also, it showed that the townspeople were very much in control, being controlled by the church,
Oh, yeah.
by the politics that they have.
Significantly.
Yeah. So I thought it did pretty well and all that, and it didn't follow Castlevania extremely well, but I guess it was in the spirit, I guess you want to call it. It wasn't exactly the same, but I did like it.
I was not a big fan, mainly because I feel like they spent so much time making the clergy the bad people and building sympathy for Dracula. But Dracula's not really the villain in this, and he really needs to be a villain. They're going to kill somebody who's sympathetic instead of the people that caused all the shit, which is the clergy.
But I think that'll be even better just because it's not a two-dimensional character.
Yeah, I agree with you on this
With
one.
the villain.
I'll have to stand against you on that point because I did enjoy the aspect of seeing a different side of him and then
Yeah.
seeing it gave more reason instead of just blatant, I am Dracula, I
Yeah.
will kill you because
Exactly.
I am Dracula.
I
right?
agree that I wanted something. I just felt like they pushed all the badness over to the clergy. Like, here, clergy are bad. Dracula was just a misunderstand
No,
person.
Dracula's a bad guy too, but he's a villain. You know, he
That's my problem.
he did have all that. No, just
I
it's
mean-
a compass character.
Who do we
Complex.
root for the most in the movie? I mean, the TV show. Who was our favorite character that we rooted for?
Isabella McGillicuddy.
No, it wasn't. You know exactly who it was.
I
Oh, Frostfang.
I mean, okay, Uncle to that. Okay, I really did like him because he was just cool.
Our favorite
Yeah,
character
that's-
was a demon who killed people.
Well,
That was
it's
the best character.
It's because
He
he
just killed
killed
one.
He just okay.
That we saw.
Hold on, spoilers. He kissed. Right. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
He
he
kissed
Here,
the
come
most
here.
hated character.
Come here.
That's the
But
thing
he
I'm
did
trying
it
to say here.
automatically. It was like seductive.
I
and-
feel like right now the way it's going, when we get to the end, I'm going to be going, go Dracula instead of go good guys. I'm going to be rooting for the wrong person.
they got time. They got time turnaround.
Alright.
So, do you think, Caleb, that you're prejudiced against animation?
No.
That's why you didn't like it so far.
No, that wouldn't be
No.
a thing. Yes, that's the thing.
You already said it wasn't anime, right?
I did.
So how
you
can I
are-
be prejudiced?
You never
I
agreed
said
to
it was
that.
an anime,
We
but
agreed
you-
on that. You were against that. You're
Yeah.
saying it definitely is an anime. So pick a side.
I
sir.
think anime is style and not what country it comes from.
Okay, I'll
There you
agree
go.
with
So
that.
it is anime.
I'll agree with the style and all that too. Yeah, because that's true. It doesn't have to be that. It's just the way you make it. I guess they can categorize it. But
It is American though. I just wanted to check to make sure. American animated series. But I've had that thing, and I know a lot of anime people disagree, and they say that it's not anime unless it comes from Japan. But I'm like, it's a style. If someone else did like other animation somewhere else, you wouldn't be like, well. If someone did something Disney-like, you wouldn't be like, well, that's not from Disney though, is it?
I mean, maybe it might have it in text
A lot of people
right?
do that.
Right.
No, that's what, you know.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people do it stuff. In fact, anime comes from Disney. It started with trying to copy Disney. So that's when they started the whole thing. So, in my opinion,
Well,
things build on each other. So if someone else is doing it, what I mean is like someone has create something, and then someone else comes along and builds on that. That's
well, yeah.
pretty
There's
much how everything
you
happens.
draw incentive and ideas from other places, right? Yeah.
Always.
You do your own stuff. So you're not wrong when you say that.
The point is, I don't think I have prejudice. I think the story has problems. But hey, it's only the first 4 episodes. It's got plenty of time. I've seen a lot of stuff that sucked for at the beginning and turned out to be really awesome
I
later.
don't think this sucks though. Okay, I guess we're at a point now where I need to ask, how many rooks do you give this?
First 4 episodes,
First 4 episodes. How many rooks?
I'd probably give it like maybe 2 right now.
What's the rating system again?
5. I'm telling you, that's the oldest thing about you. I can't remember what we talked about a week ago.
What's weird is that I just assumed it would be 4 for some reason right now. I don't know why I thought that.
See?
It's 5. It's always been 5. It's
And
everybody
at this
else.
point, I always forget.
Half is a pond.
It's my brain, my old man brain. Anyways, right now for everything that we saw, it's leading us to a pretty good storyline in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the way how we talk about complex character. The others still need to catch up, obviously, especially Isabella. So I would probably give it about 3.5. So 3 Rooks and 1 pawn.
That's about the number that I was going to say, because I wasn't going straight 4 yet, because I need to be sold a little more, but I enjoy it and it could improve, so I'm with you on that, the 3.5. That's my vote too.
Yeah, for me, I'm always saying 2 until I actually like the heroes. I don't like the heroes right now.
I really enjoy Trevor.
That's wonderful. I'm glad you like the drunken
Trevor
moron.
likes to eat and drink. Come on.
Yeah.
I do like that, but
You would like that.
If his name was Simon, I think you would like him a whole
heroes
bunch
do I
more.
like? No. What heroes do I like?
Doc Holliday, he drank, he gambled,
And he was a villain, but
he effed.
what heroes do I like? Who's my favorite hero?
Thor? I don't know why I added a question mark. I know that answer. So
Yeah, you see my room.
Troy Aikman is not a hero. Nor is
All the heroes and stories that I like are the noble kind, the kind that sacrifice for others.
Well, he is
Like
that
who?
at heart. He's just
Like
jaded.
Thor. I mean, Thor,
He's
noble.
jaded. He is. Trevor Belmont is that character. He
I don't
is just
think
jaded.
he is. He's way
He's
past
lost-
jaded.
he's lost his way.
Completely.
He's lost
cynic.
his way. He's going back up again.
Yeah.
Cynic can be fun. I mean, they did a good job with Jessica Jones with the Cynic hero, and what was the other dude? Luke Cage was also a very good Cynic hero. But most of the time, the Cynic heroes are just annoying.
I mean, he has already almost turned around in just the 4 episodes.
He hasn't done 180. He's done a 135 degrees.
I said almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see in part 2 if they're correct and it gets the characters become better.
All right.
Well, do you have any closing remarks or anything else that we didn't talk about that you would like to portray before we...
Your
Feed
long
it.
hair is gone.
It is true. This is
Oh,
a
yeah.
recent development.
You just got a haircut.
It has happened. I did it to myself. It was time.
So all you ladies and men, if you want, comment down below whether you like
The long flowing hair
Flo.
and the ponytail,
Yeah.
or the
Stop
buzz.
We're here to review things. I'm not a thing.
We're reviewing his hair. The buzz.
You're supposed to be grumpy.
Yeah.
My closing remarks are I'm looking forward to the series and Caleb, you ignorant slut.
I have
I
no
wouldn't say
opinion on that.
ignorant,
I'm a
but-
mediator and I am not on one side or
Definitely
the
a
other.
slut. That's true.
You're a slut, yeah.
So join us here at Red Rook Media. Join us on Facebook at Red Rook Films. And you can join me at oldman_Caleb at Twitter. And you can't join Carlos anywhere, honestly. Carlos doesn't give a fuck about anybody.
Instagram. I got Instagram.
Instagram.
That
and
you've
comments
never
below.
used?
Yeah, I use Instagram all the time. Carl
Go-
Drake.
Maybe.
CARLDRATE. I forgot. how to
At
spell
first,
it.
I thought you were just having trouble spelling your name.
No, I just actually
And then I
forgot.
realized you were spelling Carl Drake.
Carl Drake. At Carl Drake.
Alright, have a wonderful time, guys. See you next time.